Hello and welcome to the Weekend Investing Daily Byte of 12th of August. And this day was being dreaded on the weekend as the Hindenburg report came out, as I call it, Hindenburg versus its real name. And people were extremely scared since that rumor came out that some big expose is going to happen and it is going to crash the markets and just creating uh, panic all through. But it seems like that the uh, insinuations that this company has made have been, at least so far, rejected by the market comprehensively, and the market has continued in its stride uh, without bothering about it. So we'll discuss this towards the second half of the video, but first please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Markets remaining extremely range bound. Nifty has closed at minus 0.08%. It did go higher than the previous many days, but it could not sustain there, and it has returned back and closed at 0.08% negative from previous session. So you can see here last 6 sessions uh, have been sort of, the range has been lesser and lesser. Today the range was higher than yesterday, than the previous session, but again is not willing to go further down, not willing to go further up, just wants to stay there and consolidate there. So no clues as yet from the market, but yes, with such a big uh, fear going into the morning trade, it did open slightly gap down. It went further down. It recovered the entire amount, went into positive territory, and then closed at even. It means that the market is undecisive. It's not really willing to go down, but it is not willing to go up either. Nifty Junior also pretty much a doji candle. Doji is where where you close very near the open, minus 0.39%. So neither here nor there, just about there. So no real moves either way. Mid caps, however, were slightly in the green, closing slightly higher at 0.27%. So now the gap between where mid caps have closed and this gap is less than 300 points, 300 points. So that can be covered potentially in one session. And if that happens, then that will give a lot of confidence to the mid cap segment of the market. Small caps, similar to mid caps, plus 0.3%, had slipped in the morning but recovered from there, but did not go beyond and fill this gap. That would have been really good if market had done that. So there is tentativeness, yet there is buying which emerges at some drop. So yeah, again, a is a region of consolidation. So here also you are seeing that Bank Nifty is consolidating here, not really going up, but again not coming down as well. 0.19% on Bank Nifty. Heat maps were kind of mixed. ONGC doing very well with the government announcing higher pricing for the gas sales for ONGC and Oil India Limited, 2.63%. Infosys up 1.5%. Axis Bank up 1.9%, and NTPC losing 2.3%. These were the major sort of movers. Adani stocks had moved down initially quite rapidly in the morning, but recovered. Most of them have recovered. Some did not recover fully at all. LIC losing a lot of ground because other companies are seemingly taking on the market share very, very rapidly. So I think HDFC Life, although was flat today, but there was news that it has remarkable numbers in terms of premium growth. IRFC, RVNL, all these rail stocks did quite well today. MSCI index is going to get rejigged, and several of these stocks, Dixon, RVNL, and couple of other stocks are likely to see some good inflows into those stocks. So the weights are going up, and some of these stocks may be getting benefited due to that. Here you can see that Adani, Total Gas, Adani and Sol did not recover fully from their drop. Adani Power did. Adani Green actually was in green. And Gas Authority of India was also at 1.99%. Trend post its result last week also doing quite well. Zydus Life, despite good results, losing about 4%. And you also had several of the mid caps, of the large caps, sorry, Varun Beverages, Godrej CP, United Spirits, Pidilite, all of these were losing ground today along with ABB. So very, very mixed bag, no real trend as such. Sectoral trends also I would say this, besides real estate, which was doing well today, and PSU banks and FMCG, which were not doing so well today, others were sort of in the middle at around plus minus 1%. Uh, uh, and for the last week gone by now, no sector is in red, and that is a good sign that most of the weekly loss at least have been recovered. For the monthly loss, there is still more room to go, but last week's loss has been fully made up as of now. PSU banks losing the most at 1.2%. Real estate, you can see, is trying to bounce off from here. It is at a 5-day high, closed at a 5-day high. There was no major gap here, as it is there in many other charts. So it does look like real estate is probably looking good going forward. Stock spotlight is on Ola Electric. So two consecutive sessions of 20% plus. So yesterday, previous session also 20% hit circuit, and today huge gap up and 20%. So somebody is really accumulating big on Ola. Opened at 77 and now already at 109. So quite an amazing start to that. Voltas also up 10.7%. So clearing out all the resistances at a new high becomes a very nice candidate to look for long setups, because once you are at all-time high, uh, that really means that there is no further resistance, and the stock is going to move freely on an upward basis. On a monthly basis also, you can see Voltas has really done well after this mild hiatus of a couple of years. It has really come back up strong and is moving up very strong. So coming back to the Hindenburg report, it has been rejected by the market. They had come out with a feeler on August 10th, which was Saturday, at 5:34 a.m. that something big is coming soon in India. It is almost like the meme about 8 p.m. in India, the demonetization meme, that something is coming. So Hindenburg is also now associated with some dhamaka they will do. Last time when they did this in February 2023, they did damage the market a lot, and that memories come back very rapidly for most people, that they are capable of you know of making allegations which will impact the market. So I mean, the documents that they have submitted reveal SEBI chairpersons had some stake in a offshore entity, which was also used by somebody else. It never invested in Adani stock. So very sort of muddled investigating report, trying to create links when where they were not so clear. And I'm not trying to take any side here. So a lot of people were trolling me today that you are trying to create a narrative against Hindenburg. I have nothing against Hindenburg or the SEBI chief, but it is my opinion, and I have a right to an opinion, that they are trying to destabilize our economy. Who is behind them? Is George Soros behind them? Is Mr. Rahul Gandhi behind them? I don't know. But there seems to be some force which is trying its best to destabilize something. And whether Adani stocks have been benefited or not by any government policy. I mean, there have been investigations. Supreme Court is also involved, so it's out in the open. I mean, if they have any concrete evidence, then they must put it on the table. SEBI chief having invested in a fund which was also invested by somebody else makes, that's a silly allegation. Anyhow, so big damage done this morning in many stocks. 53,000 crores was lost, but many of the stocks came back up. Uh, some of them still closed in the red, but most of the losses were recovered. Um, so the report does not have any fresh charges against the Adani Group, and the charges were against the SEBI chief and her husband, and that they had stakes in some offshore fund, which is no crime actually. That fund was also used by Mr. Adani's brother to have some positions in Adani Group. So I don't know what is the correlation that they're trying to make, but the fact is that they haven't really been able to uh, convince those who are reading their report on the apparent allegation. So allegations are many. I'll not go deep dive into this, but they are allegating about conflict of interest. There is allegation about favoring REITs where the husband was working. There is some consultancy business allegation, not severing ties with the consultancy firm after becoming SEBI chairperson, and then proper responses to them have been submitted by Ms. Bush also, and also the SEBI as a institution. Because see, you are attacking the institution also. It is not just the chairperson. You are attacking the institution also, and uh, it seems that after having done the damage last time, and the Supreme Court clearing out all investigations, there seems to be a lot of vindicative element to this, that we want to come back and take some revenge of some sort. But SEBI can't do anything. These guys are beyond the jurisdiction, so they can just keep saying or doing whatever they have been doing. Um, and they're trying to create a atmosphere of uncertainty and damage of trust in the institution of the regulator, which I am very happy that the market did not take it too seriously. The market gave a very matured response. Yes, some selling did happen in the morning, but it was not like the markets was in panic or anything like that. So from that point of view, their attempt has failed. Many leading names like Mr. Vijay Kedia have also come out and said that it is totally it's a blackmailing plan, and it has fallen apart. Uh, the 2023 saga, when they had launched in January 2025, and if you see, Nifty was at 17,500, so 18,000 at that point of time, and this was a damage. Some of it was, you could say, attributable to this report at that point of time, and we have come a long way since then. And of course they are trying to do some more damage now. Maybe it is politically motivated, maybe it is not, I don't know. But for them to just take interest in India like this does seem very, very motivated. I mean, why would they not do it in other countries with the same sort of frequency? Uh, and I think that our laws should also sort of change, where anybody and everybody cannot just come and make any kind of allegation, and you don't have any jurisdiction for to do anything on the on for that part. So if somebody is taking short position on your market and makes an allegation, that is a very motivated business action to do, and that, I don't know how, but there should be some ways to deter that. Adani Enterprise also has recovered from the previous allegation. Of course, there was a huge run up before this, so there was a very sharp fall. But over the last year and a half, everything has recovered. On Adani ports, I mean, the recovery has been. I mean, people are thanking Hindenburg that they crashed the market here, so they could accumulate at 500, and now it is 3x of that amount. Adani Power also, 240, 50 rupees now, almost more than 2.5 times since then. Adani Green is above where the previous insinuation on Adani was done by Hindenburg. And there is one stock, I think, in Adani Group, which has not, yeah. So Adani Total Gas is where the damage was really done, and 200, 300 was the statement, and it is still at 832. And maybe that was an overpriced stock at that point of time. So, nevertheless, I mean, uh, my sense is that always watch what the market is saying and doing. All this narrative is noise. Um, I remember even when the previous episode happened, we really stuck to our rules, and in the last 1.5 years, we made fantastic returns. So there is no point of panicking at all at any point of time. Yes, if you're if any news creates a price action which causes your exit uh, trigger to happen, then we will exit. uh, it will be unfortunate that an external force has come for a short term and it makes you exit positions, but you have to follow your rules and you will exit accordingly. So from that point of view, I think today's very mature response of the market is very, very welcome. I don't know what happens in the next few days. Is there more to come out of this? uh, whether there should be an independent investigation? Yes, there should be. I mean, they should constitute a committee to look into this. Why not? But just making allegations in thin air should not cause damage. And my you can say personal opinion in this matter is on one thing I did not really like, where some of the political parties were sort of so happy that a foreign entity has attacked Indian economy, and that it should destabilize us. It should make all retail investors, do bloodletting. That should not be the case. I mean, if you are a political party and you have odds with the ruling party, that does not mean that you will, crush the people who are invested for your gain. That part is something that is which is very, very um, sinister, and I hope that better sense will prevail. And market men have really given a befitting slapping reply to whoever was wanting the markets to crash, and I hope this will continue in the future also. That the mature response to such allegations. The allegation may be subject to any kind of investigation, that is separate, but to make millions of people whose hard-earned money is invested in the market, make them lose because so that you can make some political gain out of that, that is rubbish in my view. So from that point of view, I'm extremely happy that this event today has passed. Please let me know your thoughts on this. I know many of you don't agree to me on this one, but I'm sure you will agree to the fact that the market did not crash, the people did not lose money, and the sanctity of the market was sustained. I think you will agree with me on at least that part. Thanks. Bye.